across America's blazing highways, the sound of life is sometimes torn apart by the thunder of tens of thousands of pounds of steel collapsing. When the flashing lights of recovery vehicles reflect off the asphalt, that's when we step into a brutal race against death. Here, time isn't measured in minutes, it's measured in inches of tension cable and the strained breaths beside pressure tanks that could erupt at any moment, surrounded by the heavy scent of diesel and the haunting silence of twisted metal. And on that day, when 3 calls came in at once, 3 scenes stretched across dozens of miles, and daylight began to fade, I knew this wouldn't be just another shift. This was a race where even the slightest delay meant no second chances. The crash scene looked like a nightmare. A tanker over 40 feet long, loaded with propane, lay overturned at an intersection. The gas had no strong smell, but that silence was the most terrifying part. Inside, thousands of gallons capable of turning the entire area into a crater in an instant. The highway was locked down. More than half a dozen fire trucks stood like silent sentinels. This wasn't a simple recovery, it was surgery on a massive bomb. Then it got worse. Radiation readings spiked, 10 to 15 times higher than normal. My chest tightened. Time froze. We didn't move. We waited for the gas monitors to stabilize, waited for confirmation, no leak, waited long enough to be sure we weren't walking into disaster. When clearance came, every step felt heavy. The rigging wasn't standard, it required specialized soft slings, strong enough to handle massive loads but gentle enough not to damage the steel shell. One scratch, one spark, and everything would be gone.
Right on the money.
We cribbed the tanker with wooden blocks, inch by inch, creating just enough space to run the slings. That space was everything.
See that gap? Very minor.
2 heavy rotators, each rated over 160,000 pounds, moved into position. No countdown, no commands, just eye contact, pure coordination. The tanker began to lift. So slowly it was almost invisible. Every angle had to be perfect, one imbalance, and pressure would concentrate at the weakest point. If that point failed, there would be no second chance. When the wheels touched the ground again, it was unreal. We stepped back as firefighters circled with monitoring equipment. Then, another alert. Radiation spike. Everything stopped again. Propane doesn't emit radiation, but the instruments don't lie. We backed off, waited. 30 minutes later, it was confirmed, a faulty reading. False alarm. We resumed. Cleanup followed in tense silence, clearing debris, washing diesel and coolant off the road. Small things that could cause another disaster once traffic reopened. In this line of work, just when you think the worst is over, it's often waiting at the next step. The second call came at 3 p.m. A semi hauling a 40,000-pound container had taken down a power pole and lay overturned. The pole was shattered, live wires hanging overhead like a deadly web. We waited for the utility crew to cut power, impatience building. Only when the lines were dead did the real work begin. The challenge wasn't weight, it was position. One container lock was buried in dirt and grass. I had to lift the entire structure just a few inches so my team could rig it. We removed the drive shaft, prepared the system. 2 rotators faced each other. One lifted, one stabilized. The goal wasn't to hoist, it was to control. If the balance shifted too far, the container could slam down the other side, crushing anything beneath it. The display read 40,000 pounds, but that number wasn't just weight. It was inertia, resistance, the raw defiance of mass against control. Every millimeter lifted. Felt like it pressed back against my entire body. I adjusted the boom angle just slightly. The container slowly returned to balance.
Oh yeah, baby. Perfect.
Then it settled onto the road with a deep, heavy thud, like a massive beast waking up. One rim was completely destroyed, twisted metal, torn rubber, but it stood. That's what mattered.
Done. Peace out, everyone.
Some scenes aren't on the road. They're below it. At the same time, another team was handling a different rescue. A paint truck had overturned down a 75-foot slope. The tank ruptured, paint spilling like a wound across the earth. The smell of chemicals filled the air. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across oil-stained faces. We split the operation into 2 phases, not by choice, but necessity. Two cranes positioned at different angles, forming a fragile balance. The terrain was soft, unstable. Every pull sank the wheels deeper. The truck stood upright, but that was just the beginning. Getting it back to the road, that was the real battle, foot by foot, not pulling, but reclaiming ground from gravity. A massive rock blocked the path. No way around it. We adjusted angles, changed anchor points, recalculated forces, while daylight disappeared behind us. When the cab finally reached the road, darkness fell faster than expected. Visibility dropped to nothing. Only headlights cut through fog and streaks of spilled paint. We made the call, pause phase 2. Traffic had backed up for miles. The team withdrew into the night, leaving the trailer behind, alone at the edge of the drop. Because down there, the job wasn't finished. When it was all over, the scenes returned to silence. 3 incidents, 3 different kinds of danger. One could explode, one could collapse, one could drag us down with it. But they all shared one thing, time. In this job, time isn't just pressure. It's the line between control and chaos. In that silent race, we never truly know if we've won. We only know that, this time, we didn't let things slip out of our hands.